Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Congressman Andy Barr spoke on the economy, federal cuts, and more in his quarterly town hall meeting yesterday. And an FBI team in Louisville is proving to be highly effective after the group was called to handle multiple cases this month.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. My name is Amelia Lee here with you on this Tuesday, March 25th. The time is now 6:30. It's also time to check in with meteorologist Megan Duswell this morning. Megan, we've talked about the wind. We have talked about the rain, and I know we don't have a good look for sunny skies, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we do not. We'll have rainy and cloudy skies all day long. Now, the good news is temperatures aren't going to be too terrible. Honestly, I kind of prefer the temperatures we'll see this afternoon, but this morning it is a tad chilly. We're mainly sitting in those 40s, seeing some 30s pop out as you're traveling more towards Virginia, 35 even as you're going towards Grundy. Now this afternoon, it's not going to look too bad. We'll see the low to mid 50s for our northern counties and the mid 60s to upper 60s for our southern counties. Now here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar this morning because we do see some rain chances in the forecast. You'll have higher chances of seeing rain this morning in our more northerly counties. And as you travel more towards the south, you have a chance of staying rain-free for the most part of today. Here's a look at that day planner. We'll see temperatures warming up, hitting the high around that 4 o'clock mark, and slight chances of rain and also cloudy skies will stay with us all day long. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. Well, each quarter, Congressman Andy Barr hosts a telephone town hall to meet with his constituents. Last night, Barr answered questions from people in the 6th Congressional District. Madison Carmouche gives us a listen at what the town hall entailed.
Congressman Andy Barr is in Washington, D.C., but on Monday he hosted his quarterly telephone town hall. The congressman took the 90-minute call as an opportunity to update constituents on the state of the nation's economy.
We're tackling the debt. We're going to grow our economy by unleashing domestic energy, restoring an energy dominance strategy that will bring down costs and restore investor confidence in the United States.
Congressman Barr was also focused on the Kentucky economy, giving hope to listeners about the security of the state's bourbon industry.
Nothing is more American than Kentucky bourbon. President Trump is fighting for American whiskey, so it is the first choice among consumers everywhere.
One listener called in to ask about what is being done to improve agriculture, specifically the cattle industry in the Commonwealth.
I think it's very exciting that we have this new University of Kentucky sponsored, hosted livestock innovation center in Woodford County that's going to help us recruit and train a new workforce.
Some callers say they are worried about government security. Congressman Barr using this platform as an opportunity to remind listeners of the democratic process.
And for anyone who thinks that there are threats to democracy, just consider that 77 million Americans elected this president and this agenda. I would argue that that is democracy.
In Lexington, Madison Carmouche, WKYT.
This follows another town hall in Lexington Saturday, attended by nearly 1,000 people, but not by Congressman Barr. Folks there protested several of President Trump's policies. Employees at the Red River Gorge, Mammoth Cave, and Camp Nelson who were fired following federal cuts are returning to work. Those terminations came from President Donald Trump's attempt to reduce federal spending by firing unnecessary federal workers. Hundreds of national parks workers all over the U.S. were terminated as a result. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports the employees were reinstated through a court order. The judges say the firings were illegal and all employees will receive back pay. Yesterday was their first day back to work. The Trump administration is asking the Supreme Court to halt the ruling rehiring the workers. Human remains found in 2023 have now been identified. Officials say it was William Cross from Scott County, Tennessee. Scott County Sheriff's deputies say Cross went missing in 2018 after he went for a walk in the woods in McCreary County and was not seen or heard from again. Then in 2023, remains were found by a teenager walking in the woods. Officials say his family has been notified and is asking for privacy. The cause of death has not been released. A Boyle County woman was sentenced to 7 years in prison in Pulaski County. Kaylee Dismuke pleaded guilty to second-degree manslaughter and agreed to waive her sentencing hearing. Dismuke ran into Dino Collins in Pulaski County back in October. That crash led to Collins being taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Our sister station in Louisville was able to speak with the FBI's new evidence response team about their investigations in Kentucky. According to the FBI, in the past month, the evidence response team was dispatched to a federal investigation at a warehouse where human remains were found. And they also assisted at a Middleton homicide scene where an explosive device was found. Officials say the team's biggest asset is its ability to collect strong evidence that can withstand scrutiny in court.
They're able to actually recreate it, oftentimes in the courtroom for the jury, and that can make or break a case.
The FBI says the team's intense training is what sets it apart. They train under all kinds of conditions, interruptions, weather disturbances, and various types of scenes. Floyd County officials are encouraging folks impacted by last month's flood to take part in some upcoming events. Kentucky Emergency Management is coming to Prestonsburg today to host a question and answer event at the Mountain Arts Center, giving needed information about the FEMA-funded program to purchase properties in the floodplain. The county is also working with Apple Red Legal Aid to help flood survivors who were denied federal funding. The workshop aims to help them appeal the denials. Floyd County Judge Executive Robbie Williams says the events are about helping the communities prepare for progress, since there was no way to truly prepare for the loss they experienced.
This one, we knew for a week it was coming. National Weather Service told us, prepare, it's coming. You better get ready. People got stuff out of the garage, they got stuff moved out of the way. One thing that you couldn't move was your homes.
The buyout Q&A will take place at the Mountain Arts Center today, and Apple Red Legal Aid will be at the Floyd County Courthouse Thursday. More details can be found on our website, WYMT.com. There is a new disaster recovery center in the mountains. The newest one is at 500 Happy Top Road in Beattyville in Lee County. The hours of operation will be from 9 until 7. It'll run from today through Friday. We have more information about this on our website, WYMT.com. You have 1 week left to enroll into the state's LIHEAP crisis program. Kentucky community action agencies are accepting applications until March 31st. That's next Monday. The program helps people facing emergencies at home, like loss of heat or eviction because of unpaid utility bills. Applicants need to have proof of Social Security number and the most current electric bill. For more information, you can call 800-456-3452. Governor Andy Beshear vetoed House Bill 398. It would prevent Kentucky's worker safety rules from being more strict than the federal government. There would also be new limits on who can request safety inspections and less incentive for whistleblowers to report dangerous violations. State lawmakers will be back in Frankfort Thursday and Friday to wrap up the legislative session. That's when they can vote to override the governor's veto. Governor Beshear signed several bills into law yesterday. Those include House Bill 38 and Senate Bill 120 and 169. House Bill 38 would increase penalties for people who reportedly violate restraining orders. Senate Bill 120 would require school coaches to report signs of child abuse and neglect. And Senate Bill 169 would allow the subpoena of online and social media records. With the spring season here, we could see more storms, and with that in mind, this could also result in trees falling. But trimming trees near your home could prevent the possibility of one falling on your home. Experts say trees are beginning to exit their dormant stage, so right now is a key moment to trim before foliage returns.
Keeping the trees trimmed up, away from the structures and stuff is really the best thing possible to do. So if something does happen, it's not going to fall directly on a structure.
It's recommended to consult with a professional or arborist when looking to prune damaged branches on trees. Some species, like oak trees, are susceptible to infection in their growing season.
A little bit of some rain is moving into our region. We'll continue to see some slight chances of rain all day long, mainly for our northern counties. And speaking of our northern counties, you can expect them to stay on a chillier trend as we're going through the next couple hours. Now, right now, it's mainly staying about the same in the 40s, with mid 40s taking over for most of the area and some 30s popping out for our Virginia counties. But this afternoon, that's when you really start to see that the northern counties are a little bit chillier, mainly in the low to mid 50s, with the mid 60s popping out the more south you go. Here's what you need to know as you're heading off to the bus stop this morning. You could have a little bit of rain on your drive, especially for the more northern counties, with temperatures in the mid 40s. But by the time you're heading home, you can expect cloudy or, again, slight chances of showers with temperatures in the mid 50s. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan, and thank you for joining us at 6:40. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. There might be a possible breakthrough in the war in Ukraine. Today, there are negotiations surrounding a possible but limited ceasefire.